People nowadays don't have integrity. People don't value their words anymore. Your words should be value. It should be everything in life. Imagine you pass away. What are your words worth if nobody could ever trust them? We live in a world where people break promises like it's nothing, where words are cheap and where honor feels like a lost art. But what happens when someone values their character so deeply that they are willing to burn a literal fortune just to protect their name? To understand what true integrity looks like, we have to look back at the history, at a legendary scholar whose entire life was built on the absolute weight of his word, Imam Muhammad ibn Ismail al-Bukhari. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a virtue that feels harder and harder to find in the modern world. We throw words around casually, we chase shortcuts, and we forget that it takes a lifetime to build a reputation and only seconds to lose it. To see what a life of absolute trust looks like, we need to talk about who Imam Bukhari was and the heart-stopping moment that tested his character on an open sea. The boy who overcame the impossible, Imam Bukhari, was born in the year 194 AH or 810 CE in the ancient city of Bukhara, deep in the modern-day Uzbekistan. Life didn't hand him an easy start. His father, a respected scholar, passed away when Muhammad was just an infant, leaving his mother to raise him alone. And then tragedy struck again. When he was just a small child, Muhammad lost his eyesight completely. Imagine that, a young boy, fatherless, now plunged into total darkness. Local doctors tried everything, but medical science at the time failed him. His mother, a woman of profound faith and resilience, refused to accept that this was the end of his story. She didn't despair. Instead, she turned to her late-night prayers, standing in the dark, weeping and pleading with Allah to restore her son's sight. Day after day, month after month, her persistence never wavered. And then a miracle happened. One morning, young Muhammad woke up, rubbed his eyes, and the world came back into focus. His vision was completely restored. That resilience, that refusal to accept defeat, was a trait he inherited directly from his mother, and it would define the rest of his life. By the time he was 10 years old, a deep passion for knowledge took over his heart. He began attending local study circles, but teachers quickly realized they weren't dealing with an ordinary student. Muhammad had an almost supernatural memory. While other kids were playing, he was memorizing massive literacy and religious texts. By the time he was a teenager, he could effortlessly correct his own teachers if they made a minor slip of the tongue. At just 16, accompanied by his mother and brother, he traveled hundreds of miles to Mecca for Hajj. While his family eventually went home, young Muhammad made a life-altering choice. He stayed behind alone to study under the greatest mind of Hijaz. This marked the beginning of a decades-long odyssey. Think about what travel meant in the 9th century. There were no commercial flights, no bullet trains, no internet. He crossed deserts on foot and by camel, braved harsh weather, survived dangerous terrain, and faced constant financial strain, all just to chase down a single sentence: a single hadith saying attributed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to verify if it was authentic. He sat at the feet over 1,000 teachers, meticulously cross-referencing hundreds of thousands of traditions. The result of that lifetime of grueling work was Sahih al-Bukhari, a book universally recognized as the most authentic collection of the records outside the Quran. He had built a mountain of trust, respect, and academic gold. Which brings us to the core of our story, an event that happened later in his life. When his fame and reputation were already established across the entire Islamic world, Imam Bukhari was traveling by sea on a long, slow voyage. Because he was a prominent scholar and needed to fund his continuous travels, he was carrying a heavy financial trust with him. A pouch containing 1,000 gold dinars. In those days, that was a massive, life-changing fortune. Now imagine being on a crowded ship for weeks. People talk, people observe, and people scheme. During the journey, Imam Bukhari struck up a friendly acquaintance with a fellow passenger. This man was charming, respectful, and showed deep admiration for the Imam. Believing he was speaking to a friend, Imam Bukhari eventually let it slip, or the man noticed that he was carrying a pouch of 1,000 gold dinars. Greed is a quiet poison. The moment that man realized how much gold was sitting in Imam Bukhari's possession, a plan began to form. The next morning, peace on the ship was shattered. Suddenly, frantic screams echoed across the deck. Passengers rushed out of their cabins to find their charming friend tearing at his clothes, hitting his face and weeping hysterically. He was putting on an Oscar-winning performance of sheer devastation. He wailed to the captain, the crew, and the guards that he had been robbed. He claimed that a pouch containing his entire life savings, 1,000 gold dinars, had been stolen out of his belongings while he slept. Panic instantly swept through the ship. In those days, theft was treated with extremely severity, and angry crew meant trouble for everyone on board. The captain ordered an immediate, thorough search of every single passenger, their luggage and their quarters. One by one, passengers were lined up and checked and cleared, and then guards approached Imam Bukhari. In that exact fraction of a second, Imam Bukhari's mind raced. He looked at the screaming man and realized the brutal reality of the situation. He was carrying 1,000 gold dinars. If the guards searched his bag and pulled out that exact amount of gold, what would the panicked crowd think? They wouldn't care about his explanation. They wouldn't care about his lifetime of piety, his books, or his travels. To a hysterical mob and a corrupt crew, the evidence would be damning. The famous scholar is carrying the exact amount of stolen gold. He's the thief in an instant. Decades of sacrifice, the honor of his family name, and his life's work preserving sacred knowledge would be permanently stained. The false accusation would stick because people love a scandal more than they love the truth. What would you do? Most people would panic, pull out the pouch, and try to prove it belongs to them legally. Not Imam Bukhari. While the guards were still a few paces away, searching another passenger, Imam Bukhari calmly slipped away toward the edge of the deck with a steady hand. He pulled the heavy pouch of gold from his garment and dropped it silently over the side of the ship. He watched it sink straight down to the dark, deep ocean. Gone. A lifetime of savings vanished in a splash. A few moments later, the guards reached him. They searched his belongings thoroughly. They turned his clothes inside out, inspected his travel packs, and found absolutely nothing. Confused and empty-handed, the guards moved on. Eventually, after tearing the ship apart and finding no trace of the gold, the crew dismissed the search, warning the thief to be more careful next time, leaving the crying passenger with nothing to show for his wicked scheme. Once the ship finally docked and the passenger disembarked onto dry land, the astonished friend couldn't contain his curiosity anymore. He rushed up to Imam Bukhari, completely bewildered. He asked Imam, "I saw you had the gold. When the search started, I watched you. What on earth did you do with your money?" Imam Bukhari looked at him calmly and gave a response that has echoed through history for over 1,000 years. "O ignorant one, do you not know what I have spent my entire life gathering the Hadith of the Prophet? And the world now acknowledges my trustfulness. Would it then have been befitting for me to subject myself to the accusation of theft and lose the precious pearl of my honor and reputation over a limited number of dinars?" Think about the weight of those words. He willingly let go of a literal fortune because he understood a fundamental truth of human existence. Money can always be re-earned. Time can be refocused. But a lifetime of integrity, once stained by scandal or suspicion, can never truly be washed clean. When you die, your money stays behind. Your status stays behind. The only thing that truly follows you and defines your value is your word and your character. It takes years to build a reputation and just seconds to lose it. Do you agree that people have lost their value for words today? How do you protect your own integrity in a world where people only care about themselves? Let it be known your thought in the comment down below.